So your student should be familiar with the fractions. We've been working on them for 2 days now. The tape diagram is going to look similar to this. The tape diagram is simply just a rectangle broken into equal parts. So for instance, when we see 5/6, we're going to draw that exact same tape diagram and shade the given fraction. As you can see, the first one's been done. So they drew 5/6. They're calling this one whole. They shaded in 5 parts of it to make the fraction 5/6. And then they showed these multiple ways to decompose 5/6. And when they say decompose, they just mean writing addition sentences using parts of the fraction. So your student is going to continue to do this. So if we come down further on the page, 6/8. So they should start with one whole. Remember, the one whole is going to represent the tape diagram, or in this case, the shape that looks like a rectangle. This is going to be worth 1. And so we want to make 8 sections. So when students do this, it doesn't have to be exactly accurate, but each section should be about the same size. That's one of the keys of fractions. 8 tells us how many in the whole. 6 tells us how many to shade. It's the numerator. So here we have 6/8 shaded. Then the student is going to find different ways to decompose 6/8. You can look at A as an example. I could do 2/8 plus 4/8. Students can also do longer, like you can see here. They did one that had 5 add-ins. This had 3 add-ins. They're welcome to do as many different ways as they can to decompose the fraction. So it says two more ways, or for instance, in this case, maybe a total of 3 ways. And then they do part C the same way. So drawing the tape diagram, breaking it into this number of equal parts, because the numerator tells us how many equal parts the whole is broken into. The denominator tells us how many parts. The numerator tells us how many to shade. When your students get to the back, they're going to continue to do that. Once they get down to B and C, you can see these are improper fractions. So it's going to be really important that they start by looking at the denominator. That's going to tell them how many parts to break the tape diagram into. So in this case, our tape diagram, or one whole, is equal to 4. So I'm going to break this into 4. But the numerator tells me I need to shade 5. Well, I'm going to shade 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to add an additional fourth over here, and also shade it in as my 5th fourth. So the decomposition happens the same way. 5/4, I can combine these in a way that makes sense for a number model. So I could say 3/4 plus 2/4. That's what I just showed there. They could do 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. They can do a variety of ways to show the fraction decomposed. And then when they get down to D, they see it as a proper fraction. So they're still going to break it into 4 equal parts. But in this case, they have one whole and another whole broken into 4 parts. And then you can see that one whole block is shaded, and then one part of 1/4.